a presentation about me. This assignment was very daunting and way out of my comfort zone. A speech about me? What will I talk about? What does anybody want to know? It surprised me that when I sat down to think about it, I found a lot of things, and I actually had to narrow down what I wanted to talk about. My life's been a roller coaster of ups and downs, and today I decided I would talk about the ups. When your life starts out, it doesn't matter how it starts out. It matters what you do with it and the choices you make. During my life, I've had to learn to overcome a lot of tough situations. From being adopted to being a grandma, my life has been a challenge. But I decided to take what I had and make the most of it. A little about me. I hope the message I send encourages you to make the most of the opportunities you are given. When I was just 3 weeks old, way back in 1977, I was adopted by the best parents a girl could ever ask for. This article was in the newspaper. I made the big time when I was only 3 weeks old. I've known all my life that I was adopted, and I've always felt loved. My biological mom showed me love by giving me to somebody who could take better care of me. My adoptive parents showed me love by going through all the hurdles and all the paperwork and waiting 3 years to finally get me. When I was a kid, being adopted was just the way it was. It wasn't always easy. Sometimes I didn't understand it, and sometimes I got made fun of by kids. But my parents always reassured me that I was just like everybody else. And of course, when I was a teenager, there was always those days when I thought nobody loved me and that even my own mom didn't keep me. It was all part of growing up, and now that I understand the process, I love being adopted and I love telling my story. When I was 32 years old, I met my biological mother. I really enjoyed meeting her. We still keep in touch, and I have 2 new little brothers that I didn't know about. But my adoptive parents will always be my mom and dad. The most important thing in my life, as I think most of you know, is my family. I was a young mother when I had my oldest daughter, Lexi. She grew up healthy and happy and is now 20 years old. She works in a correctional prison in New England, and she's now a mother herself. It wasn't always easy, but I think it was easier being a mom to a little kid than it is to an adult. My oldest son, Braden, was born 3 years after her. He's 17 and loves sports, mainly wrestling and football. And as much as he loves playing sports, I think I love watching him even more. I'm not sure when he graduates next year what I'll do with my free time. Ella, who's my little ray of sunshine, is 10 years old. She loves life and keeps me young and running. I never know what she's going to be up to next. Just recently she started basketball, and I now have another thing to watch. My husband Todd is my rock. We've been married for 9 years in October. He's my best friend. He makes me laugh, and he comforts me when he cries, or when I cry. And on to my future. Last year I became a grandma. This is Mason, and this is a bracelet that represents cystic fibrosis. It says courage, strength, and hope on it. I was really shocked when I became a grandma, but it's probably been the best thing that's ever happened to me. Cystic fibrosis is a really scary disease, and when he was diagnosed with it, I was crushed. I thought, why us? Why him? This can't be real. But now that I've learned to accept it and take everything in, I have dedicated my future to learning more about cystic fibrosis and everything I can do for him. One of the proudest moments in my life is watching my daughter be his mom. She takes care of his medicine, she takes care of his treatments, and she's just a really good mom. And it makes me think that maybe I did something right. Cystic fibrosis affects everything in his life, from his digestion to his breathing. But they've made leaps and bounds with the discoveries to treat this disease, and they even tell us they'll have a cure for him within his lifetime. So now all I want to do is give Mason the best life by educating myself and others around me. So from adoption option to being a grandma, it hasn't always been easy, but I've taken what I've got and I've made the best out of it. My past, my present, and my future have all influenced who I am today. My family keeps me going, they keep me setting goals, and they make me a better person.